Guys, naalala niyo ba yung Mitsubishi ASX? Hindi no? Ako rin eh. But the fact is, a couple of years ago, Mitsubishi actually entered the Philippine market to try and compete in the crossover segment. Pero the truth is, hindi ito masyadong bumenta. This is the current generation Mitsubishi Outlander, considered as the successor of the ASX. Now this is the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. PHEV stands for Plug-in Hybrid Electric Vehicle. Now the question is, will better fuel economy and much more premium amenities be enough to entice Filipino buyers back into the Mitsubishi Outlander? My name is Ref Bangsil and this is the 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. This is Philkotse.com, the #1 car portal in the Philippines. Under the hood, the 2.4-liter gasoline engine of the Mitsubishi Outlander makes 126 horsepower and 199 Nm of torque. And as you guys can see, it actually looks like it has two engines. Since this is a PHEV, there are two electric motors, each with around 80 to 90 horsepower involved in the powertrain setup, one in the front and one at the back. And this whole system is mated to what Mitsubishi calls the e-transmission. Now, meron tayong 13.8 kilowatt battery pack that's located under the passenger seat, and basically the gasoline engine that you see here works as a generator more often than a power unit. How? Medyo komplikado to pero tatry natin explain. The Outlander PHEV can run on pure electric, series hybrid, and parallel hybrid. In series hybrid, the engine here works to charge the batteries, which then powers the electric motors propelling both axles. Sa parallel hybrid naman, the engine works in conjunction with the electric motors when needed. So para siyang boost. Now, can the driver choose between EV, series hybrid, and parallel hybrid? Well, practically, hindi. The system chooses what's deemed fit for the situation, so pipiliin niya depending sa power demand with efficiency in mind. Alam ko medyo komplikado pero to make it short, sobrang tipid ng setup niya since biased siya in using the electric motors to move the crossover. In mixed conditions, meaning city and highway drive, you can average up to around 21 kilometers per liter. Even better, you have a choice between charging the battery at home via conventional charger and nagpo-full charge siya in 5 hours. Parang cellphone, di ba? Or you can charge it while on the road through regenerative braking. Sa totoo lang, malapit na naming sauli dito sa Mitsubishi. Ilang araw na rin kami nagmamaneho paikot-ikot sa Maynila at gumagamit ng Skyway Stage 3. Pero 1/4 pa lang ang nababawas sa fuel tank namin. Tipid, di ba? Woo! So starting with the front face of the Mitsubishi Outlander, as you guys can see, meron siyang same dynamic shield styling as the Mitsubishi Expander and the Mitsubishi Montero Sport. Very aggressive din yung mukha nito and meron siyang long hood pattern that goes all the way to the front. All LED lights na tayo from headlights to fog lamps. Tapos meron din tayong sensors and front camera. Kung nakikita nyo, medyo kasing lapad din siya ng Montero Sport. So very athletic yung dating niya. At the wheel and tire setup of the Mitsubishi Outlander, makita nyo naman na it's fitted with 18 size rims that have 225 and 55 tires. As you can see, medyo naiiba yung tire and rim setup niya kasi the Outlander in itself is very sporty, pero itong gulong niya is actually very classy. Sabi nga nila, para kang naka-slacks, tas yung sapatos mo, biglang Yeezy. Yes, it works for some, pero sa iba naman, hindi siya bagay. Fortunately sa Outlander, actually, nag-work siya. At the side, makita nyo naman na very modern ang itsura nitong Mitsubishi Outlander and marami ding feature na pwede nating that we can be proud of. Meron tayong camera dito, of course our signal lights are on the side mirrors, meron tayong stock roof rail, chrome door handles, and meron din tayong smarter iKey function. As you guys can see, the rear part of the Outlander actually resembles the second generation Montero Sport, so it's obviously giving tribute or homage to the old Mitsubishi vehicles. Makita nyo rin na very top-heavy itong Mitsubishi Outlander. Malalaki yung mga bintana for greater visibility. The rear of the Mitsubishi Outlander is actually one of the sides that give tribute o talagang lumalabas yung pagka-Mitsubishi niya. Kung nakikita nyo, parehas na parehas siya sa Mitsubishi na second generation, parehas yung placement ng ilaw, parehas yung placement ng emblem, and marami pang details that actually give it a Mitsubishi design. Of course, meron din tayong third brake light, meron din tayong rear spoiler, of course, meron tayong rear wipers, and of course, a rear view camera. Aside from that, meron din tayong mga rear parking sensors, and of course, a faux skid plate on the lower half. All LED na rin ang ilaw natin sa Outlander. So as you guys can see, the Mitsubishi Outlander comes with an automatic tailgate with a switch right here and on the remote. So very modern to, di ba? Hindi pa yun yung pinaka-modern feature nitong Mitsubishi Outlander because look at this. This is the charger, the electric charger of the Outlander where you can plug in any 220 adapter kaya electrical output sa bahay nyo. Pero hindi pa yun because this is where you actually plug it in. So very modern siya. Gone are the days na gas lang yung nilalagay dyan because now this is where you plug in your electric vehicle as well. And ang maganda pa sa crossover is that kahit napakalawak ng seating sa loob, napakalaki pa rin ng space for cargo. Pwede ka maglagay ng mga 1, 2 or kahit 3 maleta dito. And for practicality naman, meron din tayong mga cup holders on the sides. Inside the Mitsubishi Outlander, it's as what you would expect from a crossover. Very, very spacious siya. Napakaganda ng features and of course, wide. So hindi ka talaga kukulangin in terms of space. Ngayon, for the material used naman here, it's mostly all leather. Meron din tayong mga carbon trims dito sa gitna and dito sa may passengers area. The hard plastics would be here and right here. So as for infotainment naman, meron tayong Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So hindi ka mabibitin when you're stuck in traffic or kaya when you're in the highway. Pwede ka mag-Waze, pwede ka mag-Spotify, at pwede ka rin mag-Zoom for a meeting kung busy ka sa traffic. As for steering wheel naman, same sa Montero Sport na nireview ni Stanley. As for features naman, meron din tayong sunroof dito that actually tilts up and moves on backwards hanggang dito sa rear roofing ng second row nitong Mitsubishi Outlander. So overall, legroom, elbow room, headroom are all massive at hindi ka talaga mabibitin. So for a relatively tall person like me, I'm actually very comfortable. All leather na rin pala yung mga upuan natin and of course, automated na rin siya. One thing that would have been nice, actually at this price point specifically, would be speed sensing door locks. It's kind of weird na hindi siya kasama dito pero I'm sure marami na ring aftermarket modifications where you can include that. Now, one thing that's unique about the Outlander is this gear shifter. It's unlike any gear shifter that I've seen pero madali naman siyang masanay. Nandito rin lahat ng controls ng hybrid engine, nandito yung charge niya, normal mode, and electric vehicle mode. At nandito rin yung mga reverse, neutral drive, and of course, other integrations niya. Pagbaba mo naman dito, doon mo makikita yung all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive system nitong Mitsubishi Outlander. Meron din tayong sport mode, and of course, the classic modern handbrake or parking brake system ng mga Mitsubishi. Andito rin naman yung heater ng mga upuan mo. So very luxurious na rin ang amenities nitong Mitsubishi Outlander. Meron din tayong adaptive cruise control and of course paddle shifters. So very modern na rin tong Outlander. And of course, meron din tayong push to start system dito. Actually, kanina nagulat ako because pagkapindot namin, halos hindi mo narinig yung, actually hindi mo talaga naririnig yung makina at nagka-come on na yung aircon niya. But let's focus on that later. As for practicality, of course, this is a modern vehicle and it is fitted with a 360 camera integration. So pagkapindot mo sa steering wheel, automatically lalabas yung 360 camera nitong Outlander wherein kita lahat ng sides. Pwede rin habang kumakanan ka at may blind spot, pwede mong piliin yung specific side na gusto mo para matulungan ka nitong 360 camera. The second row is pretty much the same as the first row. Napakalawak ng legroom, elbow room, headroom. What's nice about this side nga lang is meron din tayong rear aircon controls and meron din tayong 220 charging adapter dito. So, pwede ka mag-charge ng laptop, sabihin natin nag-work ka remotely from where you are. Meron din tayong, of course, window controls on both sides and, of course, yung door locks natin. Yung sunroof naman natin, hindi siya umaabot ng hanggang dito. Unfortunately, hanggang doon lang siya sa harap. Pero napaka-premium pa rin ng features niya because, as you can see, all leather pa rin siya. Meron din tayong armrest dito sa gitna where, of course, meron ding cup holders just in case apat lang kayo na bumabiyahe. So bago tayo mag-start, explain ko lang sa inyo yung different drive modes nitong ni Mitsubishi Outlander. Let's start with Eco Mode. For Eco Mode, ang ginagawa nito is pinapahina niya yung power delivery ng kotse. In turn, of course, mas economical siya o kaya mas tipid yung kain niya ng gas. For EV mode naman, electric motors lang ang gagana pero syempre dapat may charging battery natin. Ito yung pinakatipid na mode nitong Mitsubishi Outlander. Tapos meron tayong normal mode. The normal mode, ang ginagawa nito is the system chooses the most efficient way to tackle any type of road situation based on demand and charge ng battery ng kotse, whether pure EV siya o kaya hybrid mode. Moving on, meron din tayong battery save mode. As much as possible, the system will keep charging the battery via the engine generator and regenerative braking. So, ang ibig sabihin nito is, as you're driving, tinitipid ng kotse yung kain ng baterya mo para mas ma-prolong niya yung use nito for the rest of the day. Tapos, meron din tayong battery charge mode. Ang ginagawa nito is the engine is always on to charge the battery, pero electric motors pa rin yung main propulsion. So, ang ginagawa nito basically is, habang umaandar ka, charge niya yung baterya mo for, of course, a later EV use. Ang dami, no? Pero sa totoo lang, kahit anong piliin mo sa mga to, hindi ka mabibitin sa power delivery. The only difference lang is the rate ng charging if may tunog ba yung makina or wala. You actually have two choices if you plan to buy one of these. Use it in pure EV mode every day, then charge it at home via a normal socket. Ito naman yung sobrang tipid sa gasolina. Or, don't charge at home and let the car charge itself on the road. Tipid pa rin, pero mas tipid pa rin pag charge mo ito sa bahay. So now we're driving the Mitsubishi Outlander. Na unang-unang mararamdaman mo is lamang talaga si Mitsubishi in terms of suspension. Actually, that's a huge factor kung bakit a lot of people go for Mitsubishi as compared to other brands kasi hindi mo talaga matatalo yung suspension niya. Even with other models such as the Montero or the Montero Sport. And that actually is reflected in the Outlander as well. Tapos napakagaan din ng steering niya. Of course, assisted ang power steering natin. Very, very light and it's everything that you would expect from a modern vehicle. Electric vehicle ka naman, syempre electric din dapat yung power steering. Ngayon, switching in between the different drive modes. Right now, nasa EV mode tayo or kaya sa electric vehicle mode niya. So napakatahimik. Ang actually naririnig mo lang sa kotse ngayon would be my voice and of course, yung aircon niya. Switching on to another mode naman, of course, is the power saving mode. Ito yung power saving mode niya, meaning mas pinapatagal niya yung battery life ng kotse mo. In turn, mas magagamit mo siya ng mas matagal. So ito yung mga ginagamit mo kapag medyo nasa malayong lugar ka o kaya malalayong road trip yung pupuntahan mo at gusto mong i-retain yung battery na na-charge niya. Switching on to another mode now, ito naman ang ating charge or normal mode. Ang ginagawa ni charge mode is habang nagmamaneho ka, of course, ngayon pa lang sumisipa yung gasoline engine. And basically, dito ka pa lang talaga gumagamit ng gasolina. What this does naman is, as habang gumagamit ng gasolina ang kotse na to, nag-charge o kaya china-charge niya yung electric counterpart ng kotse. Ito rin, this is the other mode that we were talking about na pwede mong gamitin kapag malayo yung biyahe mo at wala kang option para i-charge yung kotse mo. Ngayon, may paparinig ako sa inyo without moving at all para lang marinig niyo kung ganong katahimik kapag nag-electric mode tayo. And para naman hindi ganun katahimik, yung team namin, lalakasan na nila yung audio para lang medyo marinig niyo yung pagka-electric counterpart niya. Listen to this. So literally, aircon lang ang naririnig nyo. One thing that Mitsubishi could actually improve on sa next electric vehicle nila is, syempre kapag tahimik yung makina mo, mas naririnig mo yung outer elements ng mundo or kaya road noise. So if they could somehow improve the insulation a little bit, that would be better. Kasi napakatahimik talaga. Although hindi ko sinasabi na masama pa rin ang insulation nitong Mitsubishi Outlander. Napakaayos pa rin niya. Pero for an electric vehicle, sometimes we need to level it up. So, para na may comparison kayo, ibabalik ko siya ngayon sa gasoline counterpart para ma-charge din yung baterya natin. So uulitin ko lang ulit, this is on normal charging mode. Pindot ng isang beses at nandun tayo sa battery saving mode. Pindot pa ng isang beses at nandito tayo sa electric vehicle or hybrid mode. At ito na siya. So, Para lang mas marinig nyo kung gaano katahimik tong electric vehicle na to, sara natin yung aircon at pakinggan natin kung ano bang maririnig natin. So literally parang nakapatay yung kotse, but actually naka-on siya, and you can even drive in this way. So yan, medyo mas naririnig natin yung outer elements. So, on natin ulit yung aircon. So, kung ano mang naririnig nyo na hangin, yun at yun lang talaga yun. And now that we've seen the ins and outs of the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, we'll now start with our Philkotse Grade. We'll start with aesthetics. So for aesthetics, kung napapansin niyo, medyo kahawig niya yung pinsan ni Mrs. Montero. Aside from that, meron siyang athletic stance na binibigay at malapad siya at mataas din siya, giving tribute to the newest generation Montero Sport. Pero if you look at the back or the rear of the Outlander, medyo nagbibigay tribute siya sa previous generation Montero. So for that, we are giving the Outlander a 4 out of 5. So for practicality, medyo mataas ang score na binigay namin dito sa Outlander because ang dami-dami niyang benefits. For example, it seats 5 passengers very comfortably. Malaki yung capacity ng baggages sa likod where you could fit 1 or 2 or even 3 maletas. Aside from that, napakadali niyang i-drive and meron pa siyang 360 camera. But the best thing about the Outlander PHEV is its capability to reach up to 21 kilometers per hour in the city mixed with highway driving. Saan ka naman makakahanap nun? So for practicality, the Outlander gets a 5 out of 5. For performance, the Mitsubishi Outlander is actually a hybrid electric vehicle, and people actually have the notion na pag electric vehicle medyo mahina sa arangkada, medyo mahina sa power, but the truth is, for you to feel something like that, you have to drive this thing and it'll tell you the complete opposite. Because napakaganda ng power delivery nito, napaka-light ng handling niya, it's very easy to drive, and aside from that, it's actually one of the lightest and more modern vehicles that we've driven in the market today. So for that, we are giving the Outlander a 5 out of 5. So for value for money, the Mitsubishi Outlander is priced at 3 million pesos. Medyo mataas yun, so a lot of people will actually opt for the Mitsubishi Montero Sport instead. So for that, we are giving it a 2 out of 5. So for our Philkotse score, with very outstanding practicality, outstanding performance, and notable aesthetics, with a little bit on the high side of pricing, we are giving the Outlander a 4 out of 5. The Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV is one of the best-selling vehicles in Europe, and it's actually no wonder kung bakit, because napaka-extraordinary niya. But at the price point of 3 million pesos, medyo mataas talaga siya, and medyo hindi siya as appealing to Filipino consumers. But the best thing about this is, this gives us a preview of the much cheaper alternatives that Mitsubishi can produce in the future in terms of electric vehicles. But if you have the means to look for a hybrid electric vehicle alternative for your family, then by all means, the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV is here and ready for you to own. My name is Ref Bangsil, and this has been Philkotse.com, the #1 car portal in the Philippines. Guys, congratulations sa atin because we hit 115,000 for 2021. Pag 200,000 naman tayo, kaya natin yan. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Philkotse, the country's #1 online car portal.